friends, welcome to Local Interest, coming to you from our tiny Montana town on the edge of the prairie where you, and to be honest, we never know what's coming up next, thanks to the unpredictable vagaries of the time-space-mind interactive continuum. And thanks to our favorite garrulous gadabout, Miss Gertrude, who never takes the commonly traveled path and inevitably has fascinating encounters to share and dissect.
Good grief. And you call me garrulous? I'm not so sure about gadabout, but I think that was all basically a compliment.
Yes, I don't know what got into me exactly.
You might want to look into that. Too many TED Talks?
No.
Are you studying the dictionary to improve your Scrabble game?
No.
Good. Next time we play, I'll win. I'm halfway through my grandfather's 1940-something Webster's. That tome weighs a ton. I can loan it to you after I finish. It's going to be a while, though.
Thanks. I already have a doorstop and no boat.
Very clever. You will be happy to know that this leads me to my topic today, games and toys.
That sounds fun. My favorite is cribbage.
Yes, the topic of games and toys always triggers a walk down memory lane. However, as you probably remember, my Scrabble set is missing a few letters. Look, I don't really care about Z, and I could do without Q altogether, but all the E's are absolutely necessary, and 2 are gone. After looking everywhere, for years actually, I have arrived at a conclusion.
We always play outside at the park, right?
What's that got to do with anything?
Maybe they dropped through the gaps in the picnic table and got buried in rocks and gumbo?
Unlikely. We don't play in the rain.
An animal could have taken the pieces, like a pack rat or a duck.
Sure. Or Wimberly's cat. That feline is a menace.
Hello, Local Interest.
Hello, this is Winona Wimberly. My cat Cleo did not take your Scrabble pieces.
No disrespect, Mrs. W, but how can you be sure?
Because she prefers dominoes.
Believe it or not, I've actually seen the 2 of them playing dominoes. She just likes to knock them all down. Cleo. Actually, Winnie, too.
Anyhow,
while I will keep an eye out for those missing tiles, I have discovered a very practical and useful new service I can provide. Can you guess?
game coach?
Not a bad idea, but no. Look around. Although this studio may not be the best example since there are no kids around and your personal touches are few and far between. Flypaper doesn't count.
What's your point exactly?
Fairy lights can go a long way to creating a cozy ambience.
I will take it under consideration, but I'm not hiring you as a decorator. Our listeners can't see us.
Audio shows with video increase their audiences exponentially. Maybe you should consider that.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. That little cuckoo clock on the wall, it doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't have to. I don't want something going cuckoo, cuckoo when I'm talking with a guest. I just like looking at it.
Of course, but some of the flower petals are gone from the little boy figure's bouquet, and the little girl's kerchief is chipped.
It's a knick-knack. It's something to hang on the wall.
I understand. I have dozens of less than intact things in my own inventory. And every time I look at one of them, I think about how nice it would be if it were fixed and made whole again. But then I just sigh and move on.
It's not that important in the scheme of things. You can't take every detour.
Which I believe you were describing in your opening today, in terms of the time-space-mind continuum. Well, you can't take every detour because you'd never move forward. But you can outsource. You can hire someone to do it for you. That's what a service business does.
Say what?
Me, I have a new service that scratches an old itch. Remember my Mitsakes business, fixing mistakes?
Yup.
This new endeavor is a logical extension and much easier to sell. I'm going to create a micro hospital for broken toys.
You mean you're going to fix things like that cuckoo clock?
I will do what I can, and maybe I will have to outsource the mechanical workings inside. But the fundamental concept here is that I will accept all sad, lonely, broken toys and related decor, the little things that exist purely to give us joy or giggles, but can no longer fulfill that promise. I will make them pretty again, hopefully functional or appealing, if not perfect.
Where is your workshop going to be?
In a section of my carnival trailer? Yes, it will be a workshop with a workbench, but really, it will be a clinic where you can check your toy in to be pampered and restored to health. I think I will call it the sick toy doctor or the sad toy doctor.
No, please don't.
All right, then. It's Sugar Plums TLC, Toy, Love, and Care.
Really?
Many of my clients will be kids, so pricing will be on a sliding scale. How much is your little cuckoo's wellness worth to you?
Can you recreate the boy's missing flowers? I assume you can putty and paint the girl's scarf.
You're right, the kerchief is easy. The flowers, I may have to make an unobtrusive substitution. I don't claim to be a repairs expert, but my sense of aesthetics is largely infallible.
Fairy lights,
A lot of toys and such are plastic. Unless you've got a plastics factory in the molds, resurrecting a broken part is highly unlikely. But you can give the poor things some love and exercise creativity to give them new life. The key is a tenacious focus on the item at hand, not to kick the can down the road. Wooden Scrabble tiles, piece of cake.
I saw a bag of them at a craft store.
Yeah, there's that. And cheap 3D printers are springing up like Pop-Tarts.
Okay, well, not a bad idea. Maybe we should ask if there are any kids who have a favorite toy needing some TLC.
Not just kids. Now, what about your little clock there?
If you can fix it, you can have it to resell. I'm not attached to it. Plus, I don't want it making noise during a show.
Fair enough. I was only going to spruce up the outside. Maybe I will ask my associate when he returns to take a look at the inner workings.
You mean Mr. Drakenstein?
Yes, he's the logical choice, but he's been gone, mysteriously so. Of course, he is rather a mysterious figure, so I cannot make any definitive statements. But you can give me a plug on the show, though.
You can report on the results and discuss the process, but no advertising.
What are you going to put on the wall if you take that thing down?
Surprise me.
What's your budget?
Free.
I'll keep an eye out when I'm at the dumpster.
Hello, local interest.
This is Winona Wimberly again.
I know. The sign at the dump says no salvage.
That's not why I'm calling. You always ignore that sign anyway. Everybody does. I'm guessing that's where the cuckoo clock came from. I threw one away last year.
One woman's trash is another woman's pleasure.
Against my better judgment, I have a project for you, Gertie.
Want me to fix your cracked shed window?
What cracked shed window?
Never mind. I thought you knew. What's your project?
The wooden handle on my apple peeler split in half.
Some of those old gadgets aren't worth repairing. And if they're painted, that's toxic.
It was my grandmother's.
Cleo's doing?
She likes to turn it when I'm not looking.
Ew, gross.
I wash it very thoroughly before I use it. Very thoroughly. Can you fix it?
I can try. What's your budget?
How about a trade?
What you got?
Pie?
Huckleberry?
Apple?
Deal.
Local interest. Who are we speaking with?
Jesse James here. Sheriff Jesse James.
Hey there, Sheriff. Do you have a broken toy?
No, but I want to say that you are doing a good thing for the children, Gertie. We all know what it's like to carry around a favorite toy until the stuffing comes out and the eyes are hanging by a thread.
We do? I mean, sure, we do.
No, not me. But you would not believe the number of kids who come into the station crying about a toy.
Oh, that's so sad. How can I help?
We take all reports and complaints seriously. A lost toy, one that's snagged on a tree branch, one that has to be fished out from the river all torn and dirty, or a broken one that got run over by a cow.
I'm very glad to hear that.
I can refer the repair jobs to you now.
Really? Can I put up a flyer in the station?
I don't see any problem with that.
Thanks, Sheriff. This is the best news I've had all week. Maybe Winnie will bake you a pie too.
Don't worry, I'm already her best customer. I guess I got her last huckleberry pie. Delicious.
Okay, Sheriff. Thanks for the call.
You bet. And Gertie,
Yes, Sheriff?
do you know anything about the mechanical duck in the gazebo? Its batteries ran down and it's starting to rust.
Uh-oh. It's solar powered, but with all this rain and snow, who knows? Strange that Drakenstein left it there. Talk about odd ducks. I'll go check on it. Thanks, Sheriff.
Hello, local interest. Time for one quick call. What have you got for us? Fiddlesticks!
Hi, Pleckspeckle. What do you mean, fiddlesticks?
My husband, the late Connor B. Pleckspeckle, rest his soul, was a virtuoso. I've taken great care to preserve his instrument, but there's an important part that needs TLC, as you put it.
I'm not sure this is a job for me.
I tried to clean a clump of old rosin off his bow. I tore the strings and it looks hideous, like a fiber optic artichoke. I've never seen one of those. I want to display Connor's fiddle and stick in my curio case. Can you restring it or something? The bow.
Probably, or something. I'm not a violin maker. That takes years of training.
I'm willing to overlook that if you can just make it look better. No one's going to play it. No more hoedowns for this relic.
Oh, too bad. We could use a good hoedown here. Maybe there's a fiddle player somewhere who could dust it off. The Sullivan kids are taking music lessons. My accordion's missing some keys, but I do have a working washboard I can rinse off and a tambourine kazoo hat. I think the sheriff plays the harmonica. How are you on drums?
Not going to happen.
Maracas? Anyone can shake those.
I do not shake anything for anyone. I'll leave the stick on your porch. Okay, then, we're done for today. Thanks to all the callers and to you, Miss Gertrude, for an interesting new business idea and a few detours, which I suspect you had planned all along. Now I've got to run off to an appointment. I'm late, so until next time.